All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. Now, with the start of the MLB season right around the corner, I want to talk about some of the favorites to be the American League MVP here this season. I want to start with Shohei Ohtani of the Los Angeles Angels, and the reigning American League MVP hit 46 homers last season while also driving in more 100 runs. And then he went 9-2 with a 3.18 ERA for the Halos. Um, but for me, Shohei's going to have another big season, especially as he is looking to help the Angels end their playoff drought. You have Vlad Guerrero Jr. of the Toronto Blue Jays, and Vlad Jr. made a very compelling case to be the AL MVP last year as he flirted with winning the Triple Crown. Guerrero led the American League in homers while he was tied for second in hitting, and then he was tied for fifth in runs batted in. Now, Guerrero is the total package as a hitter, and if he can help Toronto make the playoffs this season while surviving the gauntlet that is the American League East, he'd become the first Blue Jay to win the award since Josh Donaldson in 2015. And, of course, that was a playoff year in 2015 for the Blue Jays as well. Now, Aaron Judge of the New York Yankees. Judge has been one of the premier sluggers in MLB over the last 5 years. He finished fourth in the MLB in the MVP balloting last year, and as this is his walk year, potentially expect him to ball out. I mean, the deadline is coming for Judge and the Yankees to get an extension done, and if the Yankees don't get an extension done with Judge by opening day, you know what? All bets are off for him staying in New York, as he's going to definitely wants to take this year to showcase what he can do at the plate. So I guarantee you that's going to put him in the mix to be the MVP. Jose Abreu of the Chicago White Sox. Now, Abreu has been Mr. Consistency since joining the Sox in 2014. Abreu won the AL MVP in 2020, and if he could have a big season in 2022 while helping the Sox reach the playoffs for a second consecutive year, he'll definitely once again be in that mix. And then there's Mike Trout, also of the Los Angeles Angels. Now, along with Mickey Mantle, Jimmy Fox, said Jamie Fox, excuse me, Joe DiMaggio, Alex Rodriguez, and Yogi Berra. Mike Trout is the only player to be named as the AL MVP three times. Now, will Trout be able to be the first four-time winner? Now, Trout only appeared in 36 games last year due to injury, and he's looking to bounce back to all-star form. Now, first and foremost, he has a deal with his own teammate in Shohei taking votes away from him. Uh, but also the big thing is this. You look at Mike Trout. I mean, he is the total package as a hitter. And sometimes when you're that great, people might take it for granted. But the thing about it is, Trout can still run, even though he doesn't steal as many bases as he once upon a time did. He has the ability to hit for average, and he has one of the sweetest swings in baseball. So I think that's definitely going to keep him in the mix to win this award this year, especially if the Angels find a way to be competitive in the West. Now, when it's all said and done, who wins this award? Me personally, my pick to win this award is going to be Vlad Jr. because you figure in a normal year, Vlad would have won the award last year. But you look at what Shohei was able to do on the mound, and that really captivated a lot of the voters, as well as what Shohei was able to do at the plate. But with that said, you cannot gloss over the fact that Vlad was in the mix for the Triple Crown late into the season. And then on top of that, this youngster is really coming into his own. I think last year, he just began to turn the corner as far as his potential as an all-around player, and I think he's going to find a way to build off of that this season, especially if he can help the Jays get to the playoffs. But with that said, that's not to undercut what the other candidates have, on what they bring to the table. But I think this is going to be a very exciting race for the American League MVP this season. I think it's going to be a very exciting season for baseball overall. So, with the start of the new campaign right around the corner, let's see what happens on the AL side for the MVP race. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to take the time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it will be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. You can check it out, drop a line, and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So, once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin. I'm signing off, saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.